Hi, Wargamers. It's Umpire LaFondios, and it's story time. This from Gordon Craig's book, The Battle of Königgrätz. In England, Prussian operations at Königgrätz were considered faultworthy in many quarters. Soldiers said patronizingly that Moltke had been preserved by God, and that if he ever followed a similar operational plan in a war against France, they would make mincemeat of his army. In Italy, General Giuseppe Gavone, despite friendship with Moltke and a long strategical discussion with him, dismissed the entirety of his plan and believed that it had worked only because of Benedict's delays. And in Austria, Field Marshal Lieutenant Benedict's Freiherr Nagy, in an article in the official military gazette in February of 1867, described Moltke's strategy as never rising above the level of mediocrity. All of these critics repeated the time-honored shibboleths about the dangers of separation while confronting an enemy on interior lines and the corresponding excellence of concentration before battle. What an excellent example of even when Moltke demonstrated how marching separately and fighting together worked, military minds of the time still couldn't grasp it, even though they'd seen it. And in fact, the side that had been beaten so handily said that the plan had been mediocre. How it is that we often simply have assumptions about what's happening, and it happened historically, but also can happen in Kriegsspiel. We can assume certain things about the way units work, about what the guards units do, about what the Landwehr does, what the cavalry does. But in fact, units, armies, and commanders often surprise the enemy, and they surprise themselves with their success or their failures. In Kriegsspiel, we're here to challenge assumptions. Always keep an open mind and always know that things won't proceed doctrinally. The friction, the fog of war, all of the elements of the game are actually found in history. I hope this reading about the critique of Moltke after the Battle of Königgrätz gives you an insight and allows you to be a more sophisticated Kriegsspiel player. We'll see you out there.